My name is Jeremy Stevens. I'm the Executive Director for Habitat for Humanity here in Owensboro-Daviess County. Long-term dream of this organization has always been to build in bulk and to do that it's really the modern habitat way. If you go across the nation, a lot of the larger affiliates are building in subdivision neighborhood style builds because they can save money in buying in bulk, and they can hire, when we have to hire contractors at certain points during the builds, if we can pay them to do more project, and we pass that savings along, not just us, but onto the homeowner as well. It's also more of a green initiative, a lot less waste when you're building in larger chunks. So it's been a dream of ours, at least for the last year I've been around, and I know that conversation was at our board level long before I came. So we are very excited at this prospect of being able to have the first habitat subdivision here in Owensboro-Daviess County.
It is our pleasure to be able to represent those citizens and to donate, turn around and look, $1 million to the Virginia Braswell Fund.
Wow.
Started with the initial investment from the fiscal court. They invested $1 million into our mission and said, go do what you do. Build affordable housing. Affordable housing helps everyone, not just the folks moving into those homes. And so we spent a long time. We put a committee of people together to research properties, and boy did we. Over 6 to 9 months, we identified at least 12 to 14 different properties, all of which would need a good chunk of money invested in the infrastructure portion of that project, from sidewalks, curbs, roads, and sewers, and utilities, and everything else involved. And so we came to the conclusion that we would be doing a lot of infrastructure building, but not a lot of home building. And so we went back to the fiscal court and said, we're willing to do whatever it takes to be successful here, but do you have any suggestions? And they were really the catalyst to the CBDG grant. It's something they apply for many years over for their projects. And so they came to us and told us, you know, how to do it all and who all would be involved and the legalities. And we came to the conclusion that it made a lot of sense for us to do that. And they were in a position to apply for that grant on behalf of us because they didn't have any open projects that they would need funding at the time. And so it seemed like all the lines were there, everything aligned as we needed for it to happen. And the major component is that we identified a very good property that we could fit at least 12 homes on, where it was close enough to all the utilities we needed. The sewer was there, the power's there, the water's there, and so the infrastructure portion of it became not infeasible. We were able to really put together a budget and a project budget that would really tie in together with CBDG grant and the initial investment. At the end of this month, if the fiscal court does move forward and allows the grant to be filed, that deadline is April 1st. And so we would look for an award somewhere at the end of May, beginning of June, and then we would look for funds somewhere in July or August. And if that's the case, we're going to be putting out open bids for contractors because we don't do infrastructure here at Habitat. So there's definitely some wild cards there in the open bid process. But we would love to be able to, if everything else aligns, we would love to break ground sometime in late fall, November, and hopefully dig in footers by February or March of next year. Our vision is that we strive to build decent and affordable housing. And the thing I always like to say is decent doesn't mean cheap, and affordable doesn't mean free. We build good houses. I'll compare them against any builder around. And our people that go through our home ownership program put in 350 hours while balancing their job, their family, their life. It is a very arduous process. It takes 1 to 2 years to get through the program. It is very difficult to do it. And then in the end, they pay for their homes. And so that's the one thing that I always like to tell folks is that this is not a handout program. This is a hand-up program. And then once they're in their homes, they're contributing to our local economy. They're putting their money that they were putting in rent into a mortgage and buying homeowners insurance and going to Lowe's and putting their money in home improvements, and they're paying property taxes, and their brand new home improves property values for everyone. So I believe our program, our affordable housing program, is beneficial to not just the people that move into the home, but for our entire community.